And now, probably what some of you have been waiting for, finally, another review of a timeshare property and a resort location. This time it's Surfside Beach in South Carolina. Alright, so this is Wyndham Grand Palms in Surfside Beach. 2-bedroom. Downside is I literally came in and tried to turn the light on the fan and it flashed once, and then I think I broke the chain off. I did not, in fact, pull it especially hard. I guess this is technically a world mark by Wyndham when I got here, so interesting. This is the kitchen. So we've got a fridge, we got the oven, microwave, stove, dishwasher. Got this kind of standard laundry thing right in here. So that's good. Kitchen table, kind of basic, but I guess works. I guess this is technically a lock off. It looks like they do have an adjoining room that we've locked off. And then what's in here? Nothing, that's locked. Okay, must be a maintenance room. Okay, well, we've got a bathroom in here. So that's simple enough. We've got 2 queen beds, which is going to be good for us, I think. This will actually be helpful. A lot of these places don't always have 2 beds in the second bedroom. TV. I don't know, this looks like it goes to an outside door. It's kind of weird. Let's take a look. Oh, a back deck of some sort. Okay. Which some people are relatively happy about. A little deck here, can't see very much, but I guess you can see some reflection off some water over there. That's kind of cool. Alright. Well, we're going to come back in.
Oh my God.
Got the TV. Let's see. Right, into the bathroom from here. This must be the master bedroom. I don't understand the lights in this place. I can't get any lights to turn on, so that's a negative. We got a really super large, insanely large king bed. Another situation where the tub, are there lights? There are lights, there we go. Let there be light. Where the tub is just open. Okay, that's nice. And the bathroom, toilet, and shower does have a door. I don't know. Something about Wyndham, I guess. Or Worldmark. Interesting. So this is the master. So not too bad, all in all. Except for the lights. Hard to figure out how to work. I'm afraid to break another one, so I'm not going to do that. A nice back deck. And yeah. I'll start looking for how I'm going to set up to work, and I'll update the video with that. Alright, so this morning I'm setting up at the Grand Palms to try and figure out how to set up my laptop situation. I guess kind of at the kitchen table here, so a flat space to work on, and one of the first things I'm noticing is power. It's going to be an issue because I think the closest power plug seems to be over here at the sink. Many of the other ones had power plugs kind of along the walls. There's one over here. That's going to impact the walkway, which might be a bit of a problem. Not really the best place for a power plug, right? So there's 2 of them right along this hallway. Kind of weird. Look here, nothing No such luck behind the garbage can. So I guess I'm gonna go to the sink one because I don't want to be going right across the main walkway. And as I figured, this is not exactly ideal with the dangling cords for my phone and my laptop, but I guess maybe I should bring a power strip with a long extension cord next time. Yet another thing to take with me, but we'll figure it out. So here's a video of another area on the timeshare. This appears to be the balcony, and as you can see, now in daytime, much better than in my initial video at night, all you really get a view of on the balcony is construction. Yeah, that's really all there is seeing people building what might be another resort, or not really sure, more to this resort, but construction does seem to be my nemesis lately in the various places I've been going, and even once the construction is done, this balcony view is probably less than great, I would say. Now, interesting, the front entrance of this place looks a lot nicer than out the balcony. I would almost prefer to sit on the balcony and see these trees and such. Even though it is over a parking lot, it's a nice palm tree kind of look. Here's a picture just from the stairs leading up to the unit here at the Wyndham, and it's nice to see from the parking lot that you have close access. There's at most one flight of stairs, although they are significant stairs to get up to the unit, but as you can see here, it's kind of the traditional setup where there is parking close by, and there was definitely enough parking. We were able to get a parking pass for 2 vehicles, and that was very helpful as well, because on this trip we did have a second vehicle along with us. One thing to keep in mind is a lot of these places, almost all of them, including this one, are not that handicap accessible. There are no elevators, so when you're like we are on the 2nd floor, you got all these stairs you have to go up to get in and out. Luckily, we're all, I won't say in good shape, but in stair climbing shape, so yeah. Here are some photography examples from this trip that I managed to do at nighttime, and I do like how these came out. I was playing around with exposure a bit so that I would get the darkness that I saw with the bright points of light. A couple of these, though, I did do normal exposure. These are all taken with the old EF 50mm f1.4, probably at around f1.4 because it was the middle of the night, and I'm relatively happy with how most of them came out. Couple are blurrier than I would have liked, but it was handheld. The next day it was time to go down to the beach at Surfside Beach, and this is the walkway, the main road along the beach access. It was not where the Grand Palms was. We did have to drive a little ways to get here to then go out and see the area.
Didn't think so.
Okay, well, I guess I could have just parked over here, huh? Oh well, who knew? Where are we, at the pier?
Only no beach parking, whatever that means.
Oh, well, huh. And here we are out on the pier at Surfside Beach. Unfortunately, I do have to do some recording over because the wind noise was kind of atrocious. But other than wind, you also would hear the waves coming in. I've cut out most of the wind noise here, so all you can see is what we saw kind of walking along this pier. You'll notice the pier goes out quite a ways, and you do get quite a view of the beaches from above, both up and down this area of Surfside Beach, and it does continue for quite a ways. Eventually, I'm going to get far enough out on the pier, and we'll be able to also show some shots
of the actual resorts and various other buildings that are right along the beach, kind of from out at sea, if you will, because the pier is so far out. You can get a nice view from over the water, kind of looking back at the rest of the beach. As you can see, walking down the pier here, it's a long, long way to go, and you can get way out on the end. You'll see some people fishing. There is some kind of bar area that wasn't open during the day here, but I imagine might be a place where they have parties, things like that, in different parts of the season or at different times. But as this is Surfside Beach, this is the main thing to do here, is to be on the beach or to look out over the beach from the pier. I will say that it does become clear to me that for beach areas, sometimes the main thing you can do is kind of, well, be at the beach. And it's not that interesting really to bring to you guys, because once you're on a beach, once you got the view of the beach area and whatever buildings are around, there's not that much more to show. It doesn't change that much. You get some different waves, maybe you can get a storm or something, but there's not that much interesting to show there, unlike some of the other nature walk areas. We do try and go to some different nature walk areas when we're at different trip locations, but beaches and parks are two completely different areas, and even though they can be in proximity to each other, if you're at the beach, you're going to be getting in the car, you're going to be driving a ways to then go and see a park that's more inland. Now in this part, as you can see, we are starting to see some people fishing. There are other people out and about. It's not too bad weather at this point in April down here in Surfside Beach, so it can be nice. You can get into the 50s early April down in the Surfside Beach area of South Carolina, and it is definitely nicer than up here in New York State, I can tell you that. And as I mentioned earlier, this here is kind of the bar or party section, and also the area where people are fishing. And here we are, way out at the end of the pier, getting you a view that's almost like you were on a boat to take it. Another example photograph. Here you can see looking back from the end of the pier at the beach area, and I kind of like this one. It is got the clouds giving us some interest added to just the beach scene, and then the sunlight kind of peeking through the clouds in different areas, so it adds some more interest along the top of the photograph instead of just blank blue sky.
Here we are at Hasty Point Plantation, part of the Waccamaw Nature Preserve in South Carolina, which is quite a large nature preserve, and yeah, got kind of fancy trees coming down the road. You can't quite see them from here, but I might take some pictures and intersperse them later on. We'll see. Let's see, and got, looks like almost like a weeping willow, but isn't. It's a tree with some kind of vines growing in it. The weather's quite nice again today. I think it's got to be about 70 inland here. Much warmer than Surfside Beach is supposed to be, although I think Surfside Beach was warmer than the weather report said. And this apparently used to have Waccamaw I think it's Waccamaw Indians, British and colonial troops, and I guess enslaved people and their descendants all around in here.
And these are just some of the pictures that I got on the entranceway to the Hasty Point Plantation. Some of the trees, some of the lines along the path, and some of the nice look along the inlet or the lake.
Here we are, just a little bit off the trail, I think. At the, what is it, the Plantation. Hasty Point, that's the name. You can see the, I guess this isn't it. I don't know, it's kind of like a fancy pond, but it might be an inlet from the river. At some point, there's supposed to be some kind of like dike or something that goes out into the river that you can walk along. Let's see what we find. Guess this is more of the trail. That's some nice trees along the side. We're debating if those things coming down off of them are part of all the different trees here, or as I think, some kind of vine or air plant or something that's just living on the trees but isn't part of the trees. My mom thinks it might be moss. Here we see more, maybe of the river or some kind of flood abatement thing, and weird inlet with a gate across.
And after all this excitement, thinking there was going to be a lot of things for us to see, I'd have some more video of interest for you, I would have some more pictures to show, we're kind of left with this final picture of us driving out of the Hasty Point Plantation, because the trails turned out after 10 minutes, 15 minutes of walking to be closed, and there were just signs saying no public access. This whole area was kind of strange because there was no warning, no earlier signs, nothing really saying, hey, there's no point. So this is a beautiful view, I think, of the tree-lined drive out, and I'm going to have to leave you with this here at the Surfside area. This is the last thing we did in the area. It was kind of disappointing, and I didn't really get to go into the parks or the nature areas that I might have hoped I could have gone into.